From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, August 31st, 2016. Silver is trading at $18.71 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,315 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $579. Antiwar.com reports death tolls in the Saudi invasion of Yemen have been tough to come by, in no small part because much of the country has been a no-go area in the course of the reckless Saudi air campaign. Food shortages, medical shortages, destroyed hospitals, and hasty burials have conspired with mass internal displacement to make tracking casualties all but impossible. But just a week after the UN Human Rights Office reported 3,799 civilians killed over the course of the war, the UN humanitarian coordinator, Jamie McGoldrick, told a news conference he believes the overall death toll is in excess of 10,000. With many areas turned into war zones, there aren't reliable records on casualties, and with millions displaced within the country and some 200,000 having fled abroad, it's often impossible to tell who was killed and who simply fled elsewhere. All these factors are likely to mean that we will never fully know the death toll of this war, but McGoldrick sees ample reason to believe it's on the high end, and with more than half of the population reliant on food aid, which is not always quick in being delivered, there's always a risk that the toll gets precipitously worse. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports as part of his Second Chance initiative, President Barack Obama on Tuesday commuted the prison sentences of more than 100 nonviolent drug offenders, setting a new monthly record. Obama announced the commutations of 111 more individuals, bringing the August total to 325. 35 of those who were granted relief Tuesday have been serving life sentences. The White House said in a statement, "We must remember that these are individuals who have taken steps towards rehabilitation and who have earned their second chance. They are individuals who received unduly harsh sentences under outdated laws for committing largely nonviolent drug crimes." The White House added in a tweet on Tuesday, Congress must act to enact a fairer federal sentencing system. The total number of commutations Obama has granted since taking office is 673, more than the past 10 presidents combined. If you're fed up with the government running every aspect of your life, but you're not listening to the Lava Flow podcast yet, what's wrong with you? Go right now to thelavaflow.com/listen. The Lava Flow podcast, channeling the flow of information to the libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, voluntarist, and agorist community. Subscribe today using any podcatcher at thelavaflow.com/listen, or just go back to sucking up to the government. The Lava Flow podcast, striking the root every episode. Reuters reports in a landmark ruling for non-traditional families in New York State, the state's highest court on Tuesday held that a person need not have a biological or adoptive relationship with a child to be considered a parent. The decision by the New York Court of Appeals gives such individuals legal standing to seek custody or visitation rights. Judge Sheila Abdus Salam wrote on behalf of 5 members of a 6-judge panel, the state's earlier definition of parent has become unworkable given today's increasingly varied family relationships. According to the ruling, a person can claim parenthood by presenting clear and convincing evidence that the parties agreed to conceive a child and raise the child together. New York has been a laggard in expanding the definition of parenthood, as a majority of states have already recognized non-biological, non-adoptive parents. The ruling mainly affects unmarried couples with children, as married spouses with children are presumed to have parental rights. Tuesday's ruling arose from 2 cases involving same-sex couples. In one, a woman became pregnant through artificial insemination and, after the relationship deteriorated, cut off her former partner's contact with the child. The partner subsequently sought joint custody and visitation, but was turned down because she was not a biological or adoptive parent. The second case involved an unmarried same-sex couple who had a child before splitting up. The biological mother sought child support from her former partner. The court granted her request, but also allowed a visitation petition by the child's non-biological mother, ruling it would be inconsistent to consider the latter a parent, but only for purposes of paying child support. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.